Thank you kindly. Welcome. I wish I had a bison costume and I would start playing a bass drum slowly. And they would build into a cacophonous roaring thunder. Megan and I have signed this Kevin Durant t-shirt and we'll be giving it away during the Q&A to whoever answers a secret question, which will be named later. Thank you all for coming out and supporting the deadCENTER Film Festival. We're really excited to be a part of it, and we're really thrilled with the great blossoming of delicious culture that's happening in Oklahoma City. It's getting pretty cool. I'm happy to tell you that this young lady appears in our film, and she would want me to say that she has 3 small scenes. She calls it a cameo, but it's a little more than that. And she totally steals the show. And we're just really happy to be here playing in Megan's hometown. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah. Thunder! So Nick has been acquainted with and working with the writer and director of this movie, Bob Byington, for many years, and this is their latest collaboration, and Nick actually was a co-producer on the movie, so the big guy does it again. That's it. It's called Somebody Up There Likes Me.
Yes, feel free to chuckle openly and enjoy my bare bottom. Without further ado. Good evening. Thank you very much for staying through the entire motion picture. I'm very proud of this. It's the first time I produced a film, and it's my 3rd real feature with Bob, and I love working with him because his writing is so funny and odd. I find it very appealing. The odds are good. When you're fishing in this pond, the odds are good that the goods are odd. I'd like to give you guys the opportunity to give it up for how incredibly beautiful this young lady looks this evening. Check out the outfit on this lady. Your native daughter. Fully the product of Johnny's and the charcoal oven. Thanks again to the festival for having us, and without further ado, let's go ahead and see if anybody's got any questions for us.
What was in the suitcase?
What was in the suitcase? You have won the t-shirt. If you'd like to come down here and collect it, I'll happily give it to you off my back. There was a scene that was cut from the film where at the very end, after the credits, we saw my character Sal masturbating into the suitcase, and it would have said 35 years earlier. But we shot it. We did 17 takes. But ultimately, Bob didn't think it belonged. I love what's in the suitcase, and I hope that you're thinking about it for a long time to come. Who's my t-shirt winner? Is this you, young man?
Yes, sir.
Pardon me for 1 second.
Exhibitionists. Just holler at us. We can't really see you.
Questions? Shout them out.
Right here.
You said yesterday that he wrote the part with you in mind. What exactly does that mean when somebody says I've written that part for you?
I did say that. I did write the part for Nick, and Nick has, as you probably know or learned, he's got a pretty distinct way of communicating, and so I was writing his voice while I wrote the script, and and I don't know, it's not difficult kind of once you get going to write the voice, I think. Care to comment?
Why'd you film it in Austin?
Yeah, Megan, why did we film it in Austin?
Because Bob lives in Austin. Yeah.
Trying to convert these two to Austinites, which is not a popular thing to say here, but who else?
What do I have to do to get a kiss on the cheek?
From me or from...
I mean, it depends.
A lot.
Yes, Nick.
You must befriend me.
How do I go about befriending?
Like you make friends with anybody, but it's got to be gradual. It has to be sincere. We're going to have to become quite close. Either you're going to have to move to Los Angeles, or you're going to have to catch me on a lot of visits to Oklahoma City. And eventually, maybe just in a session of grab ass or tomfoolery, we might get into some kissing on the cheeks.
You would think that working with Nick, that he's cracking everyone up all the time, which is not the case. He's a pro, and he doesn't really make people laugh on the set. And then Megan came in, and a lot of us were peeing our pants when she was there, which is an odd thing to have happen.
Tell him how you cast me.
I don't really remember, do you?
Because you didn't, you were just like, who's going to play the therapist? It was an afterthought.
I think, yeah, because I was there with Nick, and they were like, who's going to play the... Oh, wait, maybe Megan would do it. Right?
I mean, I said this earlier, and I've said this. Nick says things that bug me, so once in a while I'll say something that bothers him. But I did send Nick the scripts, and there was kind of a silence from Nick for a little while. And I took it to mean that he'd read it and not responded. And then, from what I understand, his wife read the script and said, "The script's good, Nick." And then he sort of looked at it again and decided to do the movie. Is that fair?
That's completely false.
What was the significance of the yellow throughout the movie? And the second one is Megan, what do you miss most about Offerman?
I'll take the second one.
The people, yeah, they're really, I feel like almost everybody that I meet here, and certainly all of my old friends. I've had a lot of friends who are here tonight who I've known since first grade. So the people are so great here.
Yeah. And the chick-a-doodle-doo sandwich.
And the chick-a-doodle-doo at the charcoal oven.
Bob. No, Bob isn't interested in the yellow question, but I'll take a stab at it.
No, I'm interested, but it's, I don't know the yellow question.
Yellow is the color of peace, traditionally. Fraternity. No. We're gonna let the yellow question slide.
The other question was much more charming. We answered that question, and I'll answer the yellow question afterwards if you come up and talk to me.
2 more questions.
To what extent was not having the characters age visibly an artistic decision? To what extent was it, saving money on age makeup and
I feel like you answered the question for us. Nick loves makeup, and he really dug into the idea of working with Sal and his makeup, and so we had a lot of fun with that. But we decided not to age the main character, Keith, because it just seemed kind of silly, and we weren't as confident about getting that look right. And then we were playing, obviously, with kids aging, and we felt like, in a weird way, we were sort of communicating the idea. And I think if you dig too far into that, you're going to start to get a budget that's a little bit out of control. And we even struggled with him a little bit, like making sure that we were doing it right with Nick, and I think we screwed up a couple times.
Last one. There. Yep.
Okay. Question, when you're writing the script, it's interesting because it's not, real clear, or, it's not just like, whatever, anyway. Did you think of the blue
I don't know if the acoustics are great in here. If you heard the question about the blue suitcase, where that came in the chronology of conceiving of the film. I got an early image of Keith at an airport with the blue suitcase, and that was an instrumental image. The masturbation things with Sal came later in the process, and again, that was an execution-dependent thing, and it didn't really materialize. Someone should ask Megan a question. Oklahoma City's favorite daughter. I don't want to end the proceedings.
They asked me.
Megan, are you gonna come back and sing at a Thunder game?
Oh my God. I might be too nervous to sing at a Thunder game, but I'll come back and sing somewhere else. Huh? Sing. Oh, well, actually, tell him about that scene. That was interesting. Because that wasn't written in the script. The last scene that the therapist, the unforgettable therapist, appears in it was a scene with like words, but then we were sitting there and Bob was like, just start humming, and he knew that song was going to be in the soundtrack, and so we just kind of improvised it, and then he told me to start singing full out at a certain point, and then to stop when Keith says stop. I do everything I'm told.
And it's worth noting that Megan hummed and then sang perfectly on pitch, so we were able to bring the track in to the soundtrack as though they were harmonizing with her, because she's so goddamn good at singing.
Let's quit there. Thanks a lot for coming to the movie.
Well, that was just one of 100 films that's screening for the rest of the weekend. But check out our schedules. We have things outside. We have shorts programs. We have documentaries. We have wonderful films. deadcenterfilm.org. Please come out and see us. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful night.